clean up in aisle 5? You're gonna need tear gas, pepper spray, and assault gear just to listen to this show.
Sasquatch, the moon landing, UFOs, 9/11, flat earth, JFK. All of these things have one thing in common: unanswered questions. So let's get to the bottom of that. Dice Man Enterprises exclusively presents a talk show that will get to the bottom of things once and for all. And now here's your host for Let's Get to the Bottom of That, a bunch of weirdos on a mic. What is up, my conspiracy nuts? It's the bunch of weirdos on a mic. We come at you every week bringing you the best that we have to offer, which is probably not that much. Welcome into the studio, my lovely bride, Susan Dice.
Hello. I don't like the fart one.
It's time again for another episode of Let's Get to the Bottom of That. Hello again. Thank you for stopping by and visiting us for our whatever we're going to talk about. So, my conspiracy nuts, I think you know who you are. Again, my name's Byron Dice. I am the host of Let's Get to the Bottom of That podcast, probably the best show on the internet. Each week, I am joined by a bunch of weirdos, and we cover a topic that has been left out in the public square and covered with questions from the official story. So sit back and relax, my critical free thinkers, and let's get to the bottom of the Nazca Lines. Just know, randomly, I will cut the camera to you while you're looking down or something.
Okay.
You know what I feel like? I feel like Tron's about to run through the window and just throw one of those frisbees at my head.
Because of this music?
No, because of the wind that's blowing under my feet. I'm sarcastic. Yeah, of course, because of the music.
Oh, wow.
Anyway.
I had to look.
Yeah, today we're talking about Nazca Lines. If you don't know what those are, I didn't either. Actually, this was Susan's brainstorm idea.
Yeah, this is because I went to get our car serviced at Goodyear, and I walk in to pay for the service, and I turn around, and they have the History Channel on. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, what the crap is this? And so I'm like just intrigued. I'm standing there for like 15 minutes just watching, and this guy, was sitting there with me, and he, was just kind of, we were both like looking at each other like, what is this? And I'm like, right?
Oh,
what
so
in
everybody
the
was kind of involved. Okay.
Well, just me and this other dude. This other dude was on his phone, wasn't paying attention, but I'm like, what the heck is Nazca Lines? I've never heard of it. I'm 53 years old. I've never heard of these lines.
I'm sometimes amazed that the stuff I haven't heard of, when I start talking about it, everybody else has heard of it.
Right. So
what am I doing?
People are going to sit there and go, you didn't know about
Nazca
that?
Lines. Dude,
old
that was
news.
the third conspiracy on the rung.
We've already got to the bottom of that. You guys are losers.
Well, at least we're here to talk about what we didn't know about.
Right.
Right?
I'm not ashamed that I don't know about stuff.
I'm
you don't
not
know.
ashamed of the Nazca Lines.
You don't know what you don't know until you find out what you do know.
That's true. Real quick update. You know what I forgot to pull up? Just let's go over. You know what? I can't do that yet. I was going to do it, but maybe I should. Maybe I'll just tell you where we're at so far. I'll just tell you, I'm talking about the question of the week. Of course, that's what I'm talking about. Last week, so I have a new thing. I do a question of the week. Last week's question of the week was, what creatures associated with the collapse of the Silver Bridge in West Virginia? And it was a poll I put out there. So far, we've got 13 people that's responded to the poll in a week. So I'm going to leave that poll open, but as this episode drops on Friday, I'll go ahead and tell you it's A, the Mothman.
Did I
Yes.
nail it? I nailed it.
Yes, Susan.
Thank you.
Susan did call it. It is the Mothman. Now, I will have to look this up because I'm really not familiar with the Mothman collapsing the Silver Bridge in West Virginia.
I'm not either. But there again, there's conspiracy people that are going, old news.
I will tell you this. The people that have voted, 76% have gotten this question right. 1% coming in at Bigfoot, and 7% coming in Bigfoot, and 15% the Wendigo. So I just spoiled everything. So it doesn't make any sense for me to leave the poll up, does it? Should I close it every week to week? So when they hear this, they're going to go, "Oh, wait, why do I have to go out and vote now?"
Well, it's just fun.
It's
How about that? Just for fun. You're not winning anything.
Yeah, there's no prize.
But I feel like I won.
Yeah, you did win on that one. All right, so the question here's the question of the week here.
I thought we were going to read it at the end.
No, I'll go ahead and say it.
Oh.
And then at the end I'll recap it again.
Okay.
But this will be on the poll on the Spotify mobile app. So I know you're waiting
Right.
at the edge of your seat to go answer this question. This week is the themes is schemes. What was the objective of Operation Snow White? A, CIA infiltration of the Disney parks. B, create a strain of poison apples. C, manipulate weather to make it snow in Cuba. Or D, purge government files on the Church of Scientology. Boom. No answers from you.
You don't want me to answer? Okay.
No.
I mean, I don't know the
You can tell me
answers.
offline.
Okay.
Or, hey, how about this? Go and vote. Once I put this poll up, because this will be up Friday.
Why can't I just say what I think?
Well, that's with you Friday. So, say what you think. Go ahead, and then go do a vote.
I mean, because I don't know.
Okay.
I literally don't know.
Operation Snow White.
So there's the apples. There's the weather in Cuba. There's the, what was it?
Government files on the Church of Scientology. And the CIA is going to infiltrate Disney theme parks.
I'm going to say weather in Cuba.
Weather in Cuba. Okay, so what I need you to do.
I'll go vote.
At Friday, this poll will be open. Go vote for that answer and say you're right. Also today, we got a lot of comments. We did a bonus show. But I'm moving that to the end. So I'm letting you know now if you want to skip to the end of the show to hear the comments, or if I don't care about the comments, I'm going to tap out. I'm going to, at the end of the show, we're going to be reading some comments because I know Little Guapo's waiting for his shout out again. In other news, there's something going on. When this episode drops, it'll be very close to April the 8th. It won't be April the 8th yet when it drops, but in Indiana, there's a statewide emergency declared ahead of the solar eclipse. I don't know if you knew this. Governor Eric Holcomb issued an emergency declaration ahead of the event on April 8th. Okay? Now, you probably have heard there's a huge eclipse coming across the United States. It's going to be a line. Not everybody can see it, but apparently Indiana will.
Well, not everybody's going to be in the Ring of Fire line. We'll still be able to see it.
Burn, certain ring of fire.
But we'll be able to see it. But
It'll be
full.
dark.
Yeah, it's not the full one.
So Eric Holcomb, the governor, said because there's going to be a large influx of visitors to his state to view the eclipse, he thinks it will strain the state's communications, transportation, and the emergency response system, warranting the need for this declaration of an emergency.
Wow.
So, quote, the massive number of people viewing this event in our state may well stress and or interfere with first responder and public safety communications and emergency response systems, such that a technological or other emergency may occur. So, if you're planning on going to Indiana, just know that there's a state of emergency
I mean, what is that?
in that state.
Well, what does that look like?
National Guard is pulled out. Yeah.
And they're just like line the streets?
Yeah, line the streets. They got the weapons out. Don't get out of line. Actually, the order stated that the last time a total solar eclipse passed over the state was 1869. Huh.
I mean,
interesting.
Missouri didn't do that.
Also,
right?
there's Texas. They're having emergencies too. Emergency declarations as well.
That's so weird.
So speaking of that, I have a guy that I follow. His name's Greg Reese, and we're going to listen to a report that he's put together surrounding the events of April 8th. Actually, since this is our third time doing video on our podcast, you'll be actually able to see the video. Oh, do that again?
No.
Wait. I almost got her. She's making a face. I almost got her. Actually, you'll be able to see actually the video that we're going to show you, because I'm going to put it up on the screen. But Greg Reese, actually reached out to Greg Reese and asked him if I could put his stuff on my rebroadcast his stuff. And he said yes. He said go for it. So we're going to cut to, let me see if I can do this quickly. Okay, I know you got the screen. So we're going to cut to the screen.
Is it going to work this time?
Yes, I hope it will.
Because last time you had to splice.
Oh, no, no, I know the audio is working this time. I did a test. So,
Okay.
So here we go. I'm going to play this and then we'll be back.
The solar eclipse on April 8th is becoming a major event. The National Guard is being deployed, and the people are being advised to have 2 weeks of food and to fill their fuel tanks. This could all be explained due to the fact that tens of thousands of visitors are expected along the path of totality. But many people believe that they could be preparing for possible earthquakes due to the Devil Comet aligning with the April 8th eclipse, and due to the fact that in 1811, a comet also appeared in the skies during a solar eclipse on the same path and was followed by the biggest earthquakes in American history. Known as the New Madrid earthquakes, around 10,000 earthquakes occurred in just 3 months' time, the biggest being measured at 8.8 magnitude. They were the most devastating series of earthquakes in recorded history. But it was a different comet, and while some claim that a solar eclipse can trigger earthquakes, this scenario seems unlikely. This eclipse season is, however, a very rare event. The recent eclipses in August of 2017 and October of 2023, along with the upcoming one on April 8th, forms an Aleph and a Tav over the United States. The Aleph and Tav are the first and last letters of the Hebrew alphabet, the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. These eclipses mark the end of the Great Year, a 26,000-year period that starts anew with the dawning of Aquarius and a new golden age. Manly P. Hall wrote that high-level Masons designed America for a peculiar and particular purpose, a secret destiny to bring about a new Atlantis, or a new world order, wherein a king descended of a divine race will rule over all. In rituals, this king is symbolized as Apollo, Horus, or Nimrod, the father of Freemasonry, and is thought to be a descendant of the biblical Nephilim, or the Sumerian Anunnaki. According to Thomas Horn, this will happen in 2025, which corresponds to several documents published by intelligence agencies, such as Global Governance 2025, Global Trends 2025, and the 2025 Deagle Forecast on World Population. NASA is notorious for performing Masonic rituals based on the Egyptian mystery schools, Apollo being the same character as Horus, Sirius representing Isis, and Atlantis being the new golden age they hope to restore. And during the eclipse on April 8th, NASA will fire 3 rockets named after Apep, the Egyptian serpent god, whose goal was to devour Ra, the sun. And when the sun reemerges after 3 minutes of darkness, it will be likened to the rebirth of Horus, their new king of the Golden Age. CERN, known for practicing occult rituals at a statue of Shiva, the Hindu god who symbolizes death, destruction, and the end of an age, will be firing up their Large Hadron Collider to full power during the solar eclipse. And Israel, who is in the midst of committing genocide, is preparing to sacrifice a red heifer, a ritual sacrifice to prepare them for taking back the Temple Mount.
Red heifers, to be precise. Some Jews and Christians believe they're the key to rebuilding the historic Jewish temple in Jerusalem and to beckoning the Messiah. To understand, you have to go back nearly 2,000 years when the ancient Romans destroyed the last temple in the city. To rebuild it, these believers point to the Bible's book of Numbers. It commands the Israelites to sacrifice a red heifer without defect or blemish, and that has never been under a yoke. Only then can the temple rise again. Those sacred cows were showcased in Washington at a recent prayer gathering. Many evangelicals believe these red heifers will usher Christ's second coming.
And we need the Messiah to come, right? So for me, the red heifer, it's red for the blood of Jesus Christ.
A massive altar already awaits, where the heifers are to be burned. According to some believers, the ceremony needs to be performed right here on the Mount of Olives, looking directly into where the temple once stood. But something else now stands in its place.
Once they forcibly take the Temple Mount away from billions of Muslims worldwide, it will predictably thrust the world into the peak of chaos that these secret societies have been designing for centuries. And their plan is to bring order out of this chaos, with their divine king to rule over the world. But these are just rituals, and fear is an illusion. We can always choose love. Reporting for InfoWars, this is Greg Reese.
Wow. Theory time. Wow.
Some deep junk.
Isn't it? Just
Yeah.
for the eclipse.
You know, and like
That's a pretty good report. I can tell you that. Thank you, Greg.
I've been hearing a bunch of people talking about it. You know, friends of mine are like, we're stocking up food, you know, and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like,
Oh, for the 8th?
yeah, I'm like, is this the year 2000 all over again? I'm so cynical.
Y2K?
Yeah, because we've seen so many different things that, oh, you know, the end is coming 2012? Wasn't it 2012?
Yeah, with 2012. Yeah, that movie.
Yeah, and then also, you know, the year 2000. Oh my gosh, everything's the computers and all this kind of stuff, and you know, nothing ever happens. So of course, I'm always like, whatever. But there are real people out there that are doing real wicked things that can initiate. The end of the world has to be sometime. That's all. I mean,
Well,
you know,
sure, it's got to happen at some point.
yeah, it's gonna happen.
And you're going to be here for it?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, well, the thing is, it's like, when the end comes, it's like, well, here it is. What am I supposed to do about it?
Right.
Am I supposed to hunker down and hope it doesn't end? Or am I going, oh, it's going to end? What?
I feel like every generation before us has felt like, well, it's the end of the world. It's
Yeah,
gonna
let's
happen.
stock
It's gonna happen
it
in my
up.
lifetime. You know, I don't know.
I think there's more preppers now than before.
and,
Like in the 1800s, I don't think they were like digging stuff. Or maybe they were.
well, there were times where, like, you know, I've had people that have told me, hey, you need to stock up, you need to do this, you need to do that, and I'm like, you know, I'm always reminded about the story where Jesus told the disciple, hey, go get the fish, and the fish, there'll be, you know, a coin or whatever to be able to pay the taxes. And I'm like, if Jesus can pull or you know, direct someone to pay taxes out of a fish's mouth, then he, you know, the word of God says that we as believers will not be beggars of bread. You know, I feel like maybe go forage something. I don't know, maybe some grass outside. I don't know.
What about the grass and the ant?
But I'm
the grasshopper and
see,
the ant.
there again, I'm not anti-prep, because I've got some stuff, you know.
Oh yeah, we've got some stuff in the closet.
Yeah. I mean, not to last, any long period
Well,
of time.
sure. I mean, but if you couldn't get to the grocery store because it was all shut down, and there were zombies everywhere, you've got some food in the closet.
Well, my thing is, when I was paying over $4 for a carton of eggs, and we go through some eggs. We eat eggs.
Oh yeah, we had some eggs, dude.
Yeah. So when I was paying $4 a carton for eggs, that was hurting. I didn't like that. So now when the eggs were $1 whatever, I did a lot of freeze drying of egg whites and egg yolks, and I have, whole eggs freeze dried. So if that happens again, we're good for a couple of months with eggs.
For real.
For real.
For real, yeah. Just hydrate it and you're good.
Yeah. So I'm not anti-prep. Maybe I'm anti-long storage prep. Because I can't.
Well,
18 months, dude, just kill us, I mean, I'm not doing 18 months or anything like that.
I just want to go up the mountains to a shack.
Zombie apocalypse, we're done anyway. We live in a neighborhood, in a city. It's not like we live anywhere where, we would have to drive somewhere out in the woods,
Right.
I always say I'm going to Florida. If
Well,
I
sure.
was-
You've got a bathhouse.
Yeah.
You can fish out of the ocean.
Right. If I'm homeless, I'm going to Florida.
I mean, that's where to do it. I mean, you all the vitamin D you need.
Right.
The beach, you could actually sleep on the beach comfortably. Make you a little bed on it.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, that was an interesting report about what's happening on April the 8th. So everybody hunker down, get you some food and water, and don't be killing no red heifer.
Yeah. You think they're going to kill the red heifer on that day? That's pretty cool, though.
Let's wait for it.
It's
Well,
the
they have to take
end of the world,
well, like Greg
as we
said,
know it.
before they do that, they've got to take the temple, the Dome of the Rock. And yeah, that's going to be fun. Let's talk about the Nazca Lines.
Okay.
Since that's the topic of our show. Sorry, I know people are like, hey, too much fluff, but you know what? It's my show.
That was interesting.
Well, yeah, I just want to go. It's coming up, so I wanted something to talk about. Nazca Lines. Here's the deal. It's a series. It's down in Peru. It's a series.
Haiti, Jamaica, Peru.
Haiti, Jamaica, Peru. It's a series of ancient geoglyphs. Say that 3 times fast. Geoglyph, geoglyph, geoglyph.
That's
did
not
it.
hard.
Well, it sounded hard when I first did it. It's located in the Nazca Desert. That's where we get the word Nazca Lines. Okay, it's in southern Peru, and it's had these lines have intrigued historians and archaeologists and tourists for decades. Okay, they're like, what is this? Why is it here? And who drew it? Who drew it? Okay,
Yeah.
stop laughing.
It wasn't drawn.
It wasn't?
Well, I don't think it wasn't drawn. I mean, they cover how many square miles?
We're about to get into it.
Okay.
All right, these immersed patterns etched into the earth.
There
I'd say
we
that's
go.
drawn.
Etched. I
Yeah,
like etched.
Etched is drawn. Etched, they represent a variety of animals, plants, and geometric shapes. Okay, and they are a testament to the ingenuity and the creativity of the ancient Nazca civilization.
Or so they say.
Or so they say. I mean, but how else would they have done that?
Really?
What do you mean, like crop circle? What are you
I
talking
mean,
about?
yeah. Like it could be alien stuff, right?
Oh, it could be. Okay, here's what happened. So they were the lines were first noticed from the ground by Peruvian. Oh Lord, help us.
Peruvian archaeologist.
Peruvian. Wow, that's a hard one. Say that 3 times, and I'm not gonna. His name is Tori Bio Meji XP. Look at that name.
So not.
Tori Bio Meji.
Where are you getting
SB.
bio?
It's right. Tori Bio.
TORIBIS.
BIO.
S.
No, there's no S in there. It's Tori Bio.
It's not.
And then it's XP's. Look at his last name, XP.
Yeah.
It's an XP.
It's
Anyway.
in 1927.
He was hiking through the foothills in 1927. However, it was not until commercial airlines started flying over the region in the 1930s that the full extent and the intricacy of the lines were realized. The lines cover over an area of, wait for it, 450 square kilometers, with the largest figure measuring up to 370 meters long, over 800 straight lines, 300 geometric figures, and 70 animal and plant designs have been identified to date.
Mm-hmm.
The camera's on you.
Oh, hi.
I'm just saying.
So
if you wanted to
So in 1927, he hiked up on top of the mountain.
So that's how he saw it.
And
It
he
was
looking
elevated.
down, and he was like, what? There's shapes. And it was huge shapes. Like he said, of different animals. It has hummingbird, monkeys, spiders, lizards, pelicans, killer whales. It also includes plants, trees, flowers, spirals, all kinds of. I'm having a lot of on this mic. I'm just saying.
You probably the only one that noticed.
Yeah, they're probably not. They notice everything. Anyway, so he sees all these different shapes and stuff, and he can't really even get the extent of it. Like you said,
Because he's still not high enough.
Right, because you can't
This
see them. But
doesn't
from
make any sense to me.
the air. Yeah.
This makes no sense to me. So we got some guy, he looks up, he's a little bit elevated. I see this monkey, what looks like a monkey. I really can't even tell if it's a monkey. But he sees etches in the ground that doesn't look natural.
Right, exactly.
And what's amazing to me is this civilization created these etches in the ground so that no one could see them except for in the 1930s when commercial airlines started flying over.
Yeah, it's like let's make these for one day.
So,
well, you know what? They could have thought they could have been doing. Oh, is it theory time? They could have been doing it for their, moon god or their sun god.
Oh, is that what you read? Or
No.
you just theorizing that?
Theorizing. I usually pull stuff out of my butt, but I mean, think about it. So why are you doing this on the ground for who to see? It has to be some.
Yeah, truly, you didn't know there was going to be a flying contraption that was going to be able to see this from the air. You were doing this for somebody higher up.
Right.
That's a great theory.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's on the moon, or somebody is outside of this universe that we can't see, but we're making this for them so it's big enough so they can see it.
Mm-hmm.
That person, well, maybe it's their God.
Well, and there has been people to say that there's been UFO activity in that area. So maybe they were doing it for somebody that they saw floating.
You know what?
There.
I don't know. I'll have to read some of my notes. But is there any evidence that this was done by human hands?
Of course not. No, there's not. Those people, they died off in like 800 AD.
So it's very possible that an alien race could have done this.
I mean, sure, anything's possible.
Yeah. Why is it always seem like the aliens are messing with us? Why? They come down, they pick us up, they stick probes in our butts, and then they put us off somewhere. And then when we try to tell, we look like lunatics. And all the while, they're like, God, nobody's gonna believe him. What an idiot!
Yeah. Well, I would think.
And then they come down and do this line stuff. It's just messing with human race.
Yeah, me personally, I think it was the Nazca people, which is really weird because it says that they were like from 100 BC to 1 BC. Like that's when they started, and then they died off 800 AD. So
are you telling me that these people were drawing these monkeys when Jesus was walking the earth?
possibly.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he wasn't over here,
Well, I know it wasn't over here,
but
I didn't know there was people over here.
that's 900.
Isn't that weird?
It's not here in the United States. It's in.
Well, I know
Peru.
it's in Peru, but I didn't know.
But they
I'm
only lived
I'm just
for
very
900 years.
I'm limited on how much I know.
Yeah, I know.
Like when I think about, when nobody had discovered, like Christopher Columbus, before all that happened, I
Right.
always think that there was nobody over here.
What
They
about
just barren land.
Native Americans.
Well, I'm just saying, I always think that way because I always think that everybody started in one place on the planet and then expanded. And you know what I'm saying? It's like nobody got over there. We started right here. And then how are we going to travel across that water? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But somebody did.
Yeah, I mean,
The Straits of Gibraltar.
there were Native Americans here.
I think that's what it's called, right? I probably botched that up. Where's Rachel Perry?
Are you talking about the Bering Strait?
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing that connect the land bridge that connected Soviet
Alaska
Union.
and Russia. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so these people only lived like what 900 years. That's it. They came. They drew lines.
Are you
They
telling-
died.
So you're telling me their entire race just went out?
Yeah.
They died off.
I think they like 500 BC was when they started. Apparently, when they started drawing the stuff, and then their race died out. 300
Okay,
years later.
that's really confusing to me. My race died out. It's almost like you're saying somebody like a tiger went extinct
Well,
because there's still humans walking around.
no, but their particular race. I'm sure there's Nazca somewhere. They got away. They got away. They traveled far, and there's some Nazca blood here on the earth.
Okay, so
but,
you're talking about the same example would be the Aztecs. Are there Aztecs now, or did they die off?
I mean, I'm sure there's got to be some kind of Aztec.
They're
blood
still Romans,
somewhere.
right?
Well, yeah.
I'm saying what I'm saying. That's really weird to think about.
Right, but I mean, the race as a whole, like,
Give me an example of today.
how about pure blood? How about we just say pure?
Give me an example of what would happen today of one of our races, and they're all of a sudden gone.
you
And
know,
how would that happen? The last guys over down at the shack? Well, there was that Nazca guy, boys. They thought they were going to have a good run with the lines and all, but that's the last one. He's just sitting down there.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? It's
so-
weird.
So I'm saying like pure blood. Okay, like pure blood, pure Nazca. We're here. This is our tribe. This is our, and then one gets banished or whatever, and he goes and mixes with somebody
gotcha.
else, and so
Gotcha.
he's no longer.
That's kind of makes sense.
right. But the people as a whole, I think it was like, and I'm not sure if you have it in your notes, but it's like probably because of water filtration, because it's like desert
Oh, it's nothing out there.
over there. It's like I don't even know why they wanted to live there to begin with.
That's
no
a good
wonder they
point
died
about the
off.
dude that was like broke off. He's like, no, I'm tired of making those lines.
Right.
I don't even know what a monkey is.
I've never seen a monkey.
Oh, a whale.
I mean,
What is that? What is a killer whale? What is that?
Right?
That's nowhere near that place. Well, how did you see that? Maybe they're incest. Maybe they were ones that came from Alaska and they saw them and they went all the way down
There's
and they just
killer
told
whales-
stories.
There's killer whales everywhere in waters. They're
Well, not near
just
Peru. I don't
Sure
say.
about that?
Are you sure about that?
You sure about that? I don't know.
Yes, I'm pretty sure. Fact check me.
Okay.
Anyway, while you're looking that up, the Nazca lines were constructed by removing. Now this is interesting. When we were watching this, they removed the reddish brown iron oxide coated pebbles that covered the surface of the Nazca Desert. I like how they call everything Nazca from the people.
Mm-hmm.
The people's gone, but it's still Nazca. The desert's Nazca.
Well, that's the name of it.
Well, the people are Nazca.
Right.
Is it the desert or the people?
Well, the Nazca people
Who
lived in
came
the,
first? The desert or the people? Well, when the gravel was removed, there was a layer of whitish gray subsoil that was exposed. Now, by removing the top layer of rock, the ancient Nazcas. Now, how does somebody know this? Okay. The only way you can know this if you do it today. If you can do it today, then you can go, that's how they did it. Can they do this today?
I don't know.
Why didn't somebody go make a Master Chief Halo? You know what I'm saying?
You mean
or the print symbol in the Nazca Desert.
Dude, don't nobody want to go there. It is.
Oh, it's bad.
Ugh.
But those guys went there
Yeah,
to
they
look
did.
at it.
Yeah.
Okay. The ancient Nazcas were able to create contrast in color and hence generate these remarkable images. The lines were likely made using simple tools and surveying equipment, including sticks, cords, and sighting poles. The reason I'm laughing is when we get to our comments, somebody has said something when we were talking about the wheel.
Oh, no.
So it's which I agree with the comment that he made. So we'll get to, this reminds me of it right here because simple tools and surveying equipment.
So South America, yeah, there's killer whales.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Near the coast?
There's killer whales, and in South Africa.
Okay,
there's killer whales
fine.
everywhere.
What about monkeys?
Oh, there's monkeys in South America.
Well, I heard, according to the documentary we were watching, that these they had not seen these.
they probably
Like
haven't.
a spider?
They probably
There's a
haven't.
spider. Well,
There's spiders
sure, like a
everywhere.
spider.
It's spider.
Well, you just hit that mic and
I'm
it's ringing
sorry.
in my ears like a bong.
Sorry.
Here's some theories behind the purpose. Okay. The purpose of the Nazca Lines continues to be a hot topic of debate among researchers. Some believe that they had astronomical purposes, as some align with the sun, moon, and certain stars during solstices.
Yeah, that's something
Solstices.
else too. That's what that was really cool because like on a sunset on the summer solstice
Mhm.
and on sunset of the winter solstice,
Yeah.
it hits a perfect, like I can't remember which one it is, but which drawing it is or etched, whatever.
Yeah.
It hit
It's an etch a
perfectly, and
sketch.
it's like those people would not have had the technology to be able to align that perfectly the way it's
They wouldn't?
aligned. Yeah.
I thought they were advanced, though.
Oh, no,
That was
not
your
the-
theory.
No, that was the Aztec people.
Oh.
Not the Nazca. They were the
Oh, okay.
inbred.
So they didn't have the wheel.
I don't think so.
Gotcha. Okay. Where was I? Oh, another theory suggests that the lines were part of a ritualistic water worship, given that the Nazca civilization lived in an arid region with scarce water resources. Because when we watched the show that we watched, there's nothing out there.
Mm-mm.
Other theories propose that the line served as some sort of ancient form of communication, or they were related to the Nazca's religious beliefs.
So you didn't do any of the research or didn't do anything on the divots?
We need to talk about that. I didn't put anything in the notes other than what I saw. Okay, so let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Those divots, because they have rocks right now, right? Or no, it's divots. It's
Yeah,
like
it's little-
like little holes
Yeah.
on top of this mesa
Mm-hmm.
in the Nazca Desert. I don't know where at in the Nazca Desert, but there's the top of this mesa that it looks like it's completely been sliced off. I mean, it's perfectly just what's the word I'm looking for? Just
Level.
straight. It's
Mhm.
level, almost like it looks like a runway. The way you look at it, the way they came in, because they came in on an airplane and they did some drone footage. It looks like a runway. Plus, there's these divots they're so precise in number. There's like 4 across, and they go and they're specific on the number of divots that are in this mountain range. It is totally bizarre the way that somebody would just dig a hole, but it looks very specific and it looks like it had purpose.
Yeah.
Not sure what the purpose is, but that's another thing. Not only the lines, these divots on top of this mesa. And like I said, it when you look at it, it looks like somebody just came up and just sawed it off with a laser, took a tractor beam and lifted it up and took it somewhere.
Yeah, and they spoke with a guy that was asking about how long it would take to do something like that.
Oh, my
in
goodness.
Today's, and he was like, "Oh, like 35 years."
Yeah.
Like not.
Yeah, he 35 years to do to do that.
Yeah, and it would take a lot of machinery to be able to make it in that time frame. It says it's a series of about 5,000 to 6,000 man-sized holes. That's crazy.
Okay, here's what we're going to do now. I don't know if we have the divots, but I'm going to show everybody. I'm going to switch to my screen if you've not seen these, and I'm sure if you've never heard of this, which most of our listeners have. Let me turn on. I'm a little camera here. Okay, so here's what we're looking at. So they can see my screen and they can see you and I looking at the screen. So up here we've got a monkey with a very nice little tail. This is a spider.
That looks like Spider-Man spider.
It's well. Here's a better picture of the monkey here because it's darkened. See the way the desert's red, and the way I was describing, they moved that reddish dirt off to expose this white color under the dirt. But how did they know? And look at this cat up here. Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
On the side of a mountain. And what else we got here? We got some dude
That
over
looks like
here.
a space guy.
He looks like a space guy. He's got real big eyes and he's waving. There's a good picture of the spider here. I don't know what the heck this is over here.
That looks like some kind
of weird thing. It's in the water. But this doesn't really, if you're looking at this on Google like we are, it doesn't give it the justification. Look at this dinosaur. What is going on here? Look how, okay, here's perspective. Look at this plane and how big these things are massive, dude. Just I wish I could find those divots. And I don't know if these are the divots here.
Well, you can Google the divots. You have to Google it because
the divots. And look at this line here. Let's see what else we got. It's there's a picture of a dog.
bug.
What is going on here? All right, let me go divots. Nazca divots.
Yeah.
DIV. Oh, how you spell it?
ETS.
ETS divots. Oh, that didn't really do anything.
Okay, then do Nazca pits. I did divots and it came up. Yeah.
Oh, the pits. We're in the pits right now. Oh, here we go. Yeah, here it is. So here's what I was talking about. Right here, it's right on the top of this ridge, and it goes on for miles and miles. I wish I could find that mesa. You could probably, you can go watch it. Didn't we watch it on, was it YouTube or Netflix?
Something like that.
Something like that. And they got this weird thing right here with this looks like some kind of water thing that they did.
That's what I think they were trying to do. I think they were trying to, with those divots, maybe get some kind of water irrigation system or something going.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure how that worked out since they died off. So
yeah, it's very strange that that they died off and left all these lines and nobody can explain it. Doesn't make any sense. Well, we do know the Nazca Lines remains to be one of the world's most enchanting mysteries. And I wrote that myself.
nice.
Despite the numerous theories and extensive research, we are still far from understanding what led the Nazca civilization to create these remarkable geoglyphs. Geoglyphs. As we continue to study and preserve these lines, we pay homage to the ancient civilization's ingenuity and their enduring influence on our quest to understand the past.
That's so AI. You so AI that.
Yeah, maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Who's to say? But anyway,
You're not that deep.
It's very interesting. I think as far as this show is concerned, to getting to the bottom of it is not getting to the bottom of it. Because they're dead.
But it's really cool, though.
They died off.
It's really cool that I feel like there's so much out there. I mean, think about it. In my 53 years, I've never... How have I never run across anything about the Nazca Lines?
Well, maybe you're not well read.
On the internet? I mean, looking at conspiracy stuff, you would think that I would have come across it, you know? I mean... It took me going to...
It took you going to Goodyear to get your oil changed.
Yeah, for me to...
And something was on the History Channel talking about Nazca Lines.
Yeah, I just thought it was cool. And, you know, it's maybe not a conspiracy, but I just thought it was really
it's absolutely
super
a conspiracy.
cool. Okay.
Because nobody knows what happened because they died off.
Right.
But I like your theory.
Yeah. That they were drawing for their god.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense. Why would you do it that huge? Unless the other theory is aliens did it just to mess with people.
Yeah, why is that
What if they
space
had-
guy?
What if, check this out. What if they had the technology, the alien spacecraft comes down, they get the laser beams, and they could just sit from the air and just make all these drawings.
Yeah.
And to them, it's like you drawing on an etch-a-sketch.
Right.
Because it's that, I mean, you have the beam, you can sit there and just make, and they're just sitting there laughing. You're drawing a monkey just laughing.
Right.
Hey, when we passed over the ocean, did you see that big whale? Let's draw one here.
Yeah.
Let's draw. Well, they wouldn't even know what it is. Well, they can't even see because we're so high in the air, they'll never see this stuff. I wonder if they knew that we'd have technology to fly.
Zephyr Cochrane.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, they had to have known, because at some point does all civilizations get to a point where they get to that far? So if an alien race came here in a spaceship, wasn't it one time they were on their planet and not able to space travel? Or is people just born that way?
Well, I think it depends.
That's
because
weird. I don't think so.
think about all the people
It's
that
called
have
evolution.
been before us that has not gone to space. I mean, there are people.
Well, we don't know.
Tribes over in Africa and
Africa,
and South America
and such.
and such as. Yeah, I mean, they can't go to space right now.
That's true. And who said it's cold in space?
Every movie
I think
I've
it's
ever
just a
seen.
lie. Nobody knows it's cold in space.
It looks cold. Of course, it's got to be cold.
Why is it cold? There's a dang sun right there. You're closer to the sun.
What about when you go up in our atmosphere, it's cold. Are you kidding me?
Well, when you get out of there, outside it.
Outside the atmosphere, it gets
Yeah.
cold.
Well, I don't know. What if it heats up then? I need to do some experiments.
There's this thing called science.
I don't believe in science.
Yeah, obviously.
I believe in Nazca.
My God. Okay, are we done?
I think that's going to do it for the Nazca Lines. That's all I got on the Nazca Lines. Sorry, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. That was a very short segment of get to the bottom of that Nazca Line. So
Yeah, but let us know if you've ever heard of Nazca Lines.
hey, let us know if you've ever been to Peru and actually physically seen the Nazca.
Ain't nobody been there. It's too.
What are you talking about? People go. Did you not hear?
It's a desert.
Did you
man.
not hear? It's tons of tourists. I just read my notes.
Okay.
Tons of tourists. I know I said that.
I mean, Hawaii, Nazca. I'm gonna go to Hawaii.
Yeah, I'd rather go to Hawaii. Yeah, but what if somebody wants to go there just to see these lines?
Right, you're right. But yeah,
Oh, right there. It's intrigued historians, archaeologists, and tourists for decades.
it doesn't mean that the crap ton of
Tourists
tourists on there.
go there to see the monkey. Okay?
Yeah,
I want to go there and draw something.
and hope it stays.
Well, why wouldn't it stay? They made it stay.
Yeah,
I
but-
don't know why somebody has not drawn stuff now just to have fun. Draw something of nowadays, like a computer.
Maybe they don't have the technology to be able to.
All you have to do is get a stick and start digging. And I don't know how you would dig something that massive. I would screw it up. It would look, my monkey would look deformed. It would look,
Oh, yeah.
My head would be crooked. I'd be like,
Remember that pretzel Pictionary?
oh my gosh, yes. I can't even draw. And I'm out here drawing a Nazca line.
Yeah,
It's going to look, I mean, his head is going to be on his butt,
yeah.
literally. And his arm's going to be like flailing. It's not going to be good.
They had to be artists.
Anyway, hey, you know what? That's gonna do it. We got about 10 minutes. We can roll through these comments. Like I said, you can tap out if you don't like the comments portion of the show, but we're at the end of the show now, and we're gonna get into the comments. Okay, how about that?
Okay.
So this was from Shasha Bish. We've heard of Shasha Bish before. This is from the Spotify mobile app, JFK episode. They said, I recommend watching the new documentary on Netflix called American Conspiracy. It's called The Octopus Murders. It's wild, and they actually bring up the JFK assassination. It is crazy. Thank you. I did go look that up, and yes, that was crazy, the way they brought that up. Redeemed by the King, that's our local here in Overland Park, coming in hot on the Spotify mobile app. On Kurt Cobain, they said, great episode. Reading Sky's comment below, yes, great point. So many tied the government. Jared Leto from 30 Seconds to Mars, he's also an actor. He ties to the government are interesting as well. His ties to the government are interesting as well. Yes, they are. Also, Redeemed by the King okay, when we did our bonus show a couple of weeks ago, our comment show, we just read comments. Hey, you got to do what you got to do. Comment sections that go unrecognized tend to revolt. Therefore, this episode would be considered necessary for the greater good. Saw the YouTube episode also. Yes, thank you. So basically they're saying, no, I need these comments read or we're going to revolt. Jay Yeeke coming up. Jay Yeeke 79 from the Spotify mobile app on the comment show. What up, peanut turds?
Wow.
What up? What up?
I'm not a peanut turd. Thank you.
You're not?
I'm just saying. That's help for the boys.
Oh, the peanut turd. What up, peanut turds? He did say turds, plural. Little Guapo coming in. I would have called in, but I was in church. Give us a week's notice when you guys go live so we can get on the show. Also,
Right.
as a number one fan, I should be on episode 100. You guys are the best.
Nice.
I actually agree with that, Little Guapo. And you're right. Next time that I want to prepare to do a live, I'm gonna post that out weeks in advance so everybody's got they're ready for that. Because they weren't ready. They weren't sitting around. Like you said on the show, people weren't sitting around watching us ready to go live.
Right.
Because he was in charge.
Right.
Okay. Shasha Bish from the comments said, thanks for the shout out. You're welcome. And here's another shout out for that shout out. Brian Hilt 7751 on our YouTube channel on Kurt Cobain. He said, so nice listening to you. And then he also commented on our comment show, love it, you two rock. Of course, the comment show, it was just Susan and I. And Brian Hilt, actually, we served in the military together.
Yes.
So that's an old head that we served together in the military back in the day. Did a little Desert Storm and a little Desert Shield.
And
over-
cold weather training.
Over there in Saddam's country. B. Rent from the Spotify mobile app on the comment show said, keep doing your thing. All those super smart guys calling in, gotta love it. What does that mean? Who called in?
The super smart guys, you know.
Oh, okay. I don't get it. But thank you, B. Rent, for that comment. Brian Hilt also on the YouTube channel from the comment show. He said, yeah, I have something new to hear at night. You always made me laugh. Even in the hardest of times, hearing you two voices makes me so happy.
Yay.
So, and also Brian on the YouTube channel on the Nephilim Part 1, he said he's been studying this stuff for years. You're living my dreams covering these topics.
Nice.
So, yeah, I'm glad I'm there for you, Brian. Shasha Bish, looks like they have been doing some binging, went down to the Skull and Bones. That was one episode that we did with our Secret Society series. Have you guys ever heard of the Taurus Club? I have not.
We owned a Taurus.
Shasha, but I will look that up. That sounds interesting.
We
Well,
owned
we did own a Taurus, 1999
Piece
to
of
be
crap
to be
Taurus.
exact. 1999 Taurus. It was the one with the circle windshield. That never made sense to me.
Yeah.
You are limiting my visibility out the back with this little oval window. You're
Yeah.
trying to be cool. It didn't work, bro.
Our transmission went out driving to DC. We towed it back to Birmingham, got the transmission fixed. Yeah, if we towed it, well, we bought a new truck in DC and then towed it back to Alabama, and the engine went out within a month and a half. So we just literally left it on the side of the road.
Left it on the side of the road, said, I'm done. So
Yeah.
y'all pick it up.
Yeah.
And you know how they put the stickers on it?
Oh,
the,
yeah.
Yeah.
Bye,
It has a
Felicia.
sticker on it.
Yep.
I actually drove by and saw the sticker. I was like, when y'all going to pick that up? No, but I'll look the Taurus Club up. Sha. Smile from the Spotify mobile app on the comment episode said, I'm definitely the youngest one watching. XD. Love the video.
Oh
Good
my gosh,
stuff.
that's a smiley.
See, I didn't know that.
Oh my gosh.
What is that?
That's a.
What? Wait a minute. What is it? What? Do it again. It's a meh.
No.
What is an
sir.
XD?
That's what it is.
Well, tell me what it is, though.
It's when you're squeezing your eyes and you're smiling.
Oh, like an anime?
It's emoji. Good. Oh, it's
I
not
was
emoji, it's
wondering.
what do you call them?
See, sometimes the emojis, they show up.
Right.
But this one said XD.
Well, like JC, when she does emojis, they come out as
Do you think they
emoticons.
did an emoticon or did they actually type XD?
Well,
Is this how my comments translated it?
no, because see, you got the little.
Yeah, I got that
blinky
one later. Anyway, this Smile is the youngest one watching. Love the video. Good stuff. See, I was wondering if the video was doing well. Because we've been podcasting 80-something episodes, and it's been all audio.
Well, we have
And we
spaces for radio.
We just added the video component, and I'm wondering, is this people gonna drop off because of this, or is it gonna pick up?
I don't think so.
I didn't know if
I'm
our listeners
YouTube.
were gonna go, "Oh man, really? I didn't want to see your face." But anyway, I would have watched live, but I didn't know y'all were doing this. LOL. Shaw coming in, Spotify mobile app on the 9/11 episode. I'm surprised you guys didn't bring up the insurance claim the owner of the Twin Towers got after 9/11. This beep gets deep.
I like the next one.
I didn't realize there was an insurance claim. I'll have to look that up. Thank you for that, Shaw. Curtis on the Spotify mobile app on the comment episode said Byron sounds like Rush Limbaugh ate some farts. Right there. The show is really fun, guys. Keep it going. So, I'm trying to remember how Rush sounded. You can do it, Alex Jones. You can do it, but he didn't. I forgot how he sounded. But I guess it sounded like he ate some farts. Jay Yeeky 79.
You sounded like he ate farts.
Yeah, Jay Yeeky 79. Spotify mobile app. On the Stonehenge episode, he said the Mothman was the first government-created sex doll. What? Interesting. He must have been answering that question
Right.
from the bridge that collapsed in West Virginia. On West Virginia, Mr. Turkey, longtime listener, Spotify mobile app, from the Stonehenge episode. Awesome. Love the video better than the Voices podcast.
See?
Well, there you go, Mr. Turkey. Keep up the great work. Like always, love you guys. Rilo from the Spotify mobile app on the Jesuits episode. The question was, what famous president was assassinated by the Jesuits? Rilo's answer was Lincoln. You are correct, my friend. Here's a quote. The true motive power is secreted behind the thick walls of the Vatican, the colleagues and the schools of the Jesuits, the convents of the nuns, and the confessional boxes of Rome. Sounds like he's done some research on the Vatican. Hardy Jr. from the Spotify mobile app on the Roswell episode said, all I will say is there are no aliens. Okay. So he's disagreeing with that. That guy, that mortician guy.
Or is he being forced to say that?
Yes. Andre Wolford from the Spotify mobile app. Stonehenge said, I definitely like the videos as well. Makes the jokes even funnier when I can see them acted out. Keep it up, Dice Man.
Nice.
Thank you, Andre. Did I say that right?
Sure, why not?
Pare, Andre. Rula from the Spotify mobile app from the Bohemian Grove episode, by the way, is now number 1 now. It took over the Nephilim spot. Nephilim was number 1. Grove, I don't know. It jumped up like 500 plays. Something happened. People may have been searching for that. Maybe it was time for people to go visit the Grove, Bohemian
yeah.
Grove, and people are looking that up. But he said they kill kids and after they eat them. No, that's not fun.
Sick. Did you get through those in 10 minutes?
I did.
Okay.
That
Good
was
job.
just
See?
10 minutes. There is all of our comments. I appreciate the comments. Y'all keep them coming. It's fun to go over and read the comments, and I go through them and I publish all of them on the Spotify mobile app. After y'all leave the comment, I have to go in and actually publish them so other people can read them. And then, of course, everybody sees the public ones on YouTube. I do have some Instagram comments and Facebook that I have not gotten to yet, but I will get to them. Don't forget, what was the object of Operation Snow White? Infiltration of the CIA at Disney, create a strain of poisonous apples, manipulate the weather to make it snow in Cuba, or purge government files on the Church of Scientology. That will be the question of the week. It's going to be a poll right below this episode on the Spotify mobile app. I don't know why they don't do it on the web version. If you're looking up Spotify on the web, there's no poll, there's no question. But the mobile app, there's questions and there's a poll to take and all that good stuff. So,
And hopefully soon the boys will be back.
yeah, hopefully so. And I appreciate Susan filling in the void. Hopefully they'll be back soon. So, and then we'll probably go back to the 3 weirdos on the mic, or if anybody else, joins the show, it'll be a bunch of weirdos on the mic. So there you have it. I think that's all I've got today. Let me make sure I've got nothing else. Let's go around the table. I don't do my old outro anymore, where tune in next week where Susan might say,
Thank God.
but I'll just go around the room and give final thoughts.
Final thoughts on the Nazca
Nazca
Lines?
Lines.
I always want to say Nazca.
It could be Nazca. Nazca and a Nazca got together, had a baby. It's a Nazca. Amen.
Final thoughts is, they were drawing the lines for their sun god and their moon god, and that's why they did it. Just because they wanted to do it.
I like it. I like it.
Art for the gods.
Yeah. My final thought is, I think aliens were drawing etch-a-sketch stuff with a laser beam just to mess with us, because they've been doing it for years, messing around with us.
Laser beam in my dream.
Laser beam. I don't think nobody knows that song. Hey guys, make sure you visit our website. We have one. It's bottomofThat.com, and we have a blog that all of our show notes that we go over on the show, it'll be there, and all of resource material. So if you're looking at our stuff and you go, hey, where's that stuff at he's talking about? You can go to our blog and check it out. Also, when you go to our website, you can find all of our social media platforms: Instagram, Facebook, X. We're also on TikTok. Please go out there and follow us, join us. I tend to make videos throughout the week in between shows. I'll get on to do something stupid, talk about updating life and stuff like that. And we'll go live on those platforms as well. So if you want to follow us on there to get notified when we're live, that's a good place to go. If you're listening on YouTube, Rumble, and BitChute, and you like this episode, do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. That's going to help the algorithm get this kind of content to other people that want to hear what we are cooking. And if you're listening on any other podcasting platform, do me a favor, like Apple, leave me a review, give me a 5-star or a 1-star, I don't care. Just give me something. And make sure you follow us and turn on notifications so you never miss when we publish an episode. And always, until next week, keep one fist in the goal, one foot in the gutter.
Oh, Lord.
That's classic right there. And remember, always get to the bottom of that.